as South Africa works to close the digital divide, questions remain about whether millions of people, particularly in underserved communities, have access to reliable and affordable internet. While new technologies are expanding connectivity options, experts argue that the real challenge at this stage is building an ecosystem that delivers lasting value, economic growth, and equal opportunities for all South Africans. Joining us now to further unpack is Mandla Ngcobo, who's the founder and CEO of Accelerit Technologies, to discuss the current state of connectivity in South Africa, the role of government and industry, and what will it take to ensure that no community is left behind. Mr. Ngcobo, thank you for your time. So when we talk about the digital divide in South Africa, we often focus on whether people have access to the internet. But I ask this question because shouldn't the bigger question really be, can they actually afford meaningful, reliable connectivity? And who is being left behind as we have this chat?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Just want to confirm, is the line clear on your end?
Very clear, crystal clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so indeed, this is a quite an interesting topic for us, especially in the connectivity space, is that we have seen a lot of development from a connectivity perspective, the latest technologies coming into the country. But if you still look at the number of people that do not have meaningful connectivity at their homes, that number continues to grow, especially as you start to move outwards towards the underserved communities, rural, and the extremely outlying areas. We find that there's a significant number of people who still remain unconnected, and those who do have connectivity, it is very, very restricted.
Yeah, and here's the thing, government has also made digital inclusion a policy priority in a way. And while the private sector as well continues to invest in infrastructure as well as many other priorities that we talk about at this particular point in time, especially when we look at all the grand plans as well as talk around the new technologies, just where in your view is the disconnect between policy ambition and just what people are experiencing on the ground, and who ultimately needs to take greater responsibility for closing that gap?
So I think the gap lies within the empowerment of operators such as ourselves in being able to get to these communities. If you're only looking at private capital to bridge the gap, there will always be conflicting interest. And the reason with that is private capital, of course, demands high returns and almost immediately. So from a 10-year perspective, if there is a facility that you get to roll out connectivity in the outlying areas, you've got this tension. On the one side is what do the returns look like? And on the other side is affordability. Key thing to getting connectivity and meaningful connectivity to people is being able to balance the two. So being able to deliver high-speed connectivity, and there we're talking 100 Mbps upwards, at a reasonable cost. So, the models that we're seeing that really resonates with people are those which allow them to buy and pay for connectivity as they in sync with their payment rhythms. So you find people who get paid every, let's say, 14 days. You have to be able to deliver high-speed connectivity to those people, and they must be able to top up within that sort of 14-day period, be able to recharge. And some people really look at it like pure as a utility. So they want to buy it today because there's something that they need to do, and they want to skip a day. So you want to also be able to cater to those individuals by being able to provide solutions that allow for that. Now, if you're going to rely on private capital, if you just do the modeling around it, it almost becomes impossible. So you need to lean towards, the entities like the development finance institutions, which are mandated to essentially facilitate not only connectivity, but from an infrastructure perspective, getting reliable infrastructure to all the people of South Africa, including those in the outskirts. So where we are putting our focus on now is being able to partner with such institutions to come up with creative and innovative solutions which allow for people in those communities to be connected, but at the same time, over a period of time, because those facilities must still be able to service themselves essentially, so that it becomes so that it becomes an environment where other people can tap into them as well.
Yeah, and just a quick one before we wind up this conversation. I need us to just look ahead, because technologies such as 5G satellite connectivity and artificial intelligence are changing the digital landscape very fast, if you may. Just how do we ensure that these don't further widen the inequality gap even further, but instead become tools for job creation, for education improvement, and the unlocking of economic opportunities for ordinary South Africans? Just a quick one in this one.
Yeah, so I think there it's about the cost again, so the cost factor is really an important one, because when it comes to connectivity and you look at the various technologies, including the satellite technologies that we're seeing come into the country now, is you have to still be able to deliver these solutions to people at a cost that is affordable, but they must also be uncapped. So they must remain unrestricted, to the extent that they allow people to really meaningfully participate into the economy by being able to come up with creative solutions without any restrictions. So balancing those factors is very, very critical. Yeah, without that, I mean, you're going to have the satellite technologies and all these other technologies, but they'll still be limited to the select few who can afford them.
Yeah, I must thank you so much for your time and insights on the program. Mandla Ngcobo is the founder and CEO of Accelerit Technologies, who was joining us there to discuss the current state of connectivity in South Africa. Thanks so much indeed for your time.